Hello cruisers, Trent here, and tonight I welcome you to Cruise Along with me. Today we're here for a very special interview and we're here with a very special guest.
Aloha, my name is Francesca. I'm a hostess.
You're a hostess, so we already kind of got to your job. You obviously work on a cruise as a hostess. What do you, tell us a little bit about that. What's a hostess?
A hostess is like the face of a restaurant. When you walk in, they're the person who's going to greet you, sit you down. They have the floor plan and they know everything that's going on. They know what waiter you're going to get and how fast that service is going to go and the personality of the waiter that you're going to have.
So before working on a cruise ship, have you been a hostess before?
No.
No. Okay. Is there anything? Did you apply for this position? Did you transfer into the role? How did you land this job?
To be honest, I was very, very close to just leaving, jumping ship entirely. I was a waiter at the time, and the waiters on the ship work very, very long hours, usually sometimes until 11:30 at night. And I was mentally going through a rough time, so I decided I was probably going to jump ship. And my manager was like, hey, let's calm down. We really like you on this boat. You're very good with the guests. How about a host position where you have less hours, you get off earlier, you have a better sleeping schedule? And I was like, okay.
Okay, so tell us your week. So obviously we start on Saturdays here on this ship. Mm-hmm. So give us a rundown. If someone was going to be a host or a hostess, mm-hmm. what can they be expecting?
On Saturday is embarkation day, so most of our hostess are going to be at the reservation desk for the majority of the day. When everybody comes in on the ship on Saturdays, they want to make reservations for the week. They have things planned out. They know that they want to go to the comedy show on Wednesday and that they don't want to go to the dancers on Tuesday, so they want to have a dinner reservation at 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And it's our job to kind of see what reservations we have, what restaurants they might like to dine in, and get those reservations for them. We also have a couple different venues open right when we get on the ship, so a couple of the hosts will also be in the dining room to seat the guests.
Okay, what do you do when it's not Saturday? What's your day look like?
It kind of depends. So you'll be in usually two different venues, one for breakfast and lunch, and then one for dinner. Or you'll be at the reservation desk during the day, and then you'll be at a restaurant for dinner.
Okay, how many hours are you working a week? What's that look like?
I usually work about 9 hours a day, 7 days a week. So, that's 64 hours a week.
Do you feel that your role allows you to get out and explore and really get free time, or do you feel like you're working 24/7, you don't really get time to yourself?
It's definitely a lot better than when I was a waiter. There's a lot more time off, but it also depends on the schedule. If you're working lunches and you sleep in, then your whole day is kind of spent at work. If you're on lunch, you gotta wake up early to go do something on the island. What's
the most difficult part of this job or aspect?
I would say sometimes the guest interaction can be challenging. A lot of guests are picky. They want a table by the window. They want a particular server. They're frustrated about wait times. They're frustrated they had to stand in line. They're frustrated that we don't have a reservation that they want. So sometimes it can be difficult. Guests do get very frustrated with the host. So we like to try to please everybody, and we like to say yes as much as we can. But when we do have to say no, it is challenging.
What's something that really surprised you about ship life?
I don't know. You're meeting a lot of different people all of the time, and that can be, for someone who is like me, very introverted. It can be very weird just seeing new people literally every single week and picking who you're going to get to know and sitting down with different faces at the cafeteria every day.
Okay, next question. Can I wear the lei for the rest of this interview? I think that'd get perfect. Yep, let's pass this over. Okay. Oh, yep, that just feels better. Feels right. Okay, what's some recommendations you'd have if someone wants to come work on a cruise ship? If someone's dream is to be a host or hostess, we're gonna let anyone do what they want here. What would you tell them? What would you whisper to them?
I would say that compared to some of the other jobs on the ships, that this is definitely a more relaxed role, especially with the schedule, and that you should definitely go for it. I have a lot of positive guest interactions. I know I just said that it's sometimes challenging and people do yell at you, but you do have a lot of positive guest interactions, and you see the same people every week. Especially like you're in the same dining room. Like when I'm in the main dining room, and the same people eat there every night. Like I don't know, you really get to know some people throughout the course of the week, and that's kind of special.
Sounds really special. It honestly sounds really amazing. Now, you said you were a waiter before, correct?
Correct.
Now, is this still a tipped position? Do you still get tips of some kind?
This is not an officially tipped position, so Norwegian has like a gratuity pool that the guests pay service charges into while they're here, and it gets divided amongst housekeeping staff, waiters. I'm not part of that pool. Every now and then, guests who you do make that special connection with will tip you, especially if you gave them the window seat every night, you made sure that they always had a table with their favorite waiter. So this week I did make about $40 in tips, but it kind of depends week to week, and it's definitely not expected in my role.
Okay, was this a less stressful role than when you were a waiter?
For sure. There's definitely times when it's very stressful, especially if you have a long line of people and you don't have tables cleaned and your manager doesn't want to go on a wait, they don't want to be put on pagers. That can be a very stressful situation. But in general, I think waiting is physically so demanding that I would consider that more stressful. Okay,
now, I know not everyone likes to talk about pay. I'm not going to ask how much you make, but were you making more, you think, when you were a waiter?
Hourly, I'm making the same as when I was a waiter, but because I was working more hours as a waiter, I was part of that gratuity pool, and I was getting more cash tips as a waiter. My salary has gone down since being a host.
Is it worth it?
Pretty significantly, my salary has gone down since being a host, so it really depends on what you're here for. If you're here to see the islands a little bit and you don't want to work 100 hours a week, you just want to work like 70, I think it's very reasonable. Just know what you're getting into.
Okay, so do you think ship life is for everyone? Do you think anyone can come work as many hours as you're working and be happy? Or do you think it takes a special kind of person? And if so, what type of person does it take to be successful on a cruise ship?
I think if somebody wants to give it a shot, that they definitely should do it. You know, if they're curious about it, go for it. Try one contract. I mean, when I first went into this, I was like, I can do anything for 6 months. I mean, it's just 6 months. And it is hard when you're at the 4-month mark and you've like, I've been working for 180 days now. What am I doing to myself? I really do think anybody can probably get through anything for 6 months. I don't think it's for everybody, but I think if you want to try it, that it's definitely like a possibility to do for a half a year.
Do you think there's advancement? Like if you wanted to grow here on the ship, do you think that would be possible, or do you feel stuck where you're at?
I think in my department especially there's advancement. We're still a little bit limited in our staffing in the restaurant department on my ship, so there's definitely room for growth here. I would say if you're looking to go on a cruise ship and you apply to the restaurant department hoping to move to a different department because that's not really what your aim is, that's not really the best way to go about things. It can be very difficult to transfer out of an understaffed department because they really need you there.
Okay, now I know different positions have like different room situations. How many roommates do you have?
I have 2 roommates, so I have a room with 3 people.
Do you have PAX access? Do you get that perk?
I do not. If I would like passenger access, then I have like a sign-up sheet that I sign up for and was granted for that day. I can sign up twice a week.
Okay, and finally, really think about this. This is going to be your last thing you're going to say to everyone. Tell them something.
Tell them
something. It could be about yourself, about hostessness, just about life, just some advice, whatever you want to tell them. These are your parting words.
My parting words is to always go with your gut, because that's your initial reaction and it's something that your mind is telling you should do. So go with your gut.
So you said, I said that was one of your final words. I lied. That was a complete lie. Do you feel like you're going to be coming back? You said 6 months. You said anyone can do 6 months.
Anybody can do 6 months. I really believe
Are you the type of person that can do more than 6 months? Will you be coming back?
My gut is saying not at this time.
That's respectful. You did 6 months, you didn't jump. I say
I've actually done 2 of these, so
dos for our Spanish speakers out there.
I've done 2 5.5-month contracts, yeah.
Awesome. Well, to end this video, I think everyone would want to see you kind of wearing the lei like I was wearing it.
I think everybody would like to see that. I agree. So it needs to happen.
Well, folks, if you want to see anything else in the future, I want you to like, comment, subscribe. I want you to comment on what you want to see in the future. If you comment enough and like enough of these videos, maybe she will come back for another contract. Her future is relying on all of you. But thank you so much for cruising with us all today. I hope you have an amazing day and stay cruise-tastic. Say it.
Stay cruise-tastic.
Stay cruise-tastic. Now together. Stay cruise-tastic.
Please subscribe to my channel. It will make me feel really special.